I'll go.
Yeah, go.
Oh. Are we on the air?
We're on the air, man.
Oh, jeez. Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason Ash.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet. We know exactly what we're doing at all points in time.
Preach.
And that is why
Preach.
we are
Yeah.
the only
Show 'em,
recipients.
whip out that wood, that sweet, sweet, supple wood.
We aren't men.
I'm gonna blame OBS for that.
Is that the bowel syndrome thing?
No, but we could blame that as well. No, because like right as I would like I had a little bit of time this afternoon to go through and to do some show prep. So I got some stuff together for social medias. I made sure I got some information together for this episode.
Okay,
folks, we got a special episode for you.
Oh boy, is it ever special!
Oh man, we're gonna get into some shit in a minute. And then like I went through everything, and then like right as I was getting ready to get everything to go live, OBS had to update legitimately like 3 fucking times. I don't know what happened, but apparently my hotkeys are all thrown off. My monitors aren't there. The audio levels are flowing at a different pace, and it's freaking me the fuck out. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I have no idea how I sound. Hopefully it's great. But it's Wednesday.
Anyone out there watching?
And we're live. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. We made it to another day, folks. And
Wowee.
Wowie?
Just wowee. What a 24 hours it's been.
Some things have happened.
Some things have happened. Some things you may have missed. We may discuss a little bit here on this episode. But how are you, man?
Oh, I'm terrible.
Okay, me too. It's just the state of the world, dude. Like,
it is a handbasket with some flames from hell.
I feel
is that how that works? How does the handbasket from hell work? Is it hell in a handbasket?
Going to hell in a handbasket. I think it's going to hell in a handbasket is like you have fucked up in such a way that they are going to gift wrap your ass and send you down south. Like, that's kind of what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Confederacy. I get it.
They're all there.
All right, folks. We're coming in hot tonight. We got some shit to say.
Yep.
The 2020 first presidential debate was last night, and boy, howdy.
I watched.
People are talking. You did? How dare you?
Oh man. So here's what happened. I've been spending a little bit of extra time to do some extra learning because I'm trying to get better at what I do in life. So I've been doing some certificate type work. And I got through a little bit of that last night, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to try to be more informed this year. I mean,
this is the learning year. We said we were going to learn things.
Year. We said at the top of the year, we're going to learn some things. It's going to be an educational year. I feel like we have learned the most out of this year than any other year we've been doing this show.
Careful what you wish for, folks, because you might fucking get it.
So it was like 8 or 9 o'clock my time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch these debates. Damn it! This is, as they say in almost every election,
civic duty.
It's my civic duty, and as they say in almost every election that happens every 4 years, this is the most important election of your life. So I was like, this one actually kind of, I think, applies.
It's got some weight.
This brother, it's got brother, man.
It's pushing 240, brother.
I actually had a good lift day yesterday too, so I was like, we're gonna be lifting a lot this year.
All right.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna see how it goes.
I
got 5 minutes into this bullshit last night, and I just went, oh man. And I was quickly reminded, oh no, we've been doing this for like the past 4 years.
Yeah.
It's people often use the phrase "fool me once, shame on you."
Oh yeah,
Fool me twice, I'm the asshole.
right.
I should have known better. I
Then
really
tune into that show.
not only to tune into it, but to expect something different.
You and expectations, you dumb fuck.
I went in with an expectation of, you know what, like I expected a little bit of, breakdown and a little bit of hostility. Like these two motherfuckers have been trading barbs for the last couple of months. I'm like, it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna throw something out there, and boy, did they ever. But I was like, I still expected like a little bit of structure and a little bit of compliance, and I got about.
A few months, I believe 4 years ago, Joe Biden wanted to fist fight Donald Trump. I don't know if you remember that one.
At the 15-minute mark, at the 15-minute mark of this debate, I thought to myself, he's gonna walk across that stage and punch him right in the fucking nose. Joe is just like. I was even texting a little bit with my dad and my brother, and at one point I go, Joe's about ready to tell Donald to shut the fuck up. And not 3 minutes later, he just goes, man, would you shut up?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, this is. I got about 35 minutes in, and I had to tap out.
Brother.
I had to tap out. So I sort of took a break. I decompressed. I played some Doom. And then I was like, this seems kind of fitting for, the year and where we're about to head. So I feel like I've decompressed a little bit. I checked Twitter. I saw a bunch of shit going on. And I was like, there's like 20 minutes left. I'll just see what's going on. And it was no better.
Mm-hmm.
It was a disaster. Like, and I'll say this. I blame everybody. Everybody has a fault here. However,
everyone's hands were in the honey pot.
However, there is no fucking way that you can look at what happened tonight or last night rather and say that 99% of that wasn't started and created because of the shit Trump was saying. Like, dude would not shut the fuck up. Like, even to the point where Chris Wallace was like, do you want to trade spots and do you want to moderate this thing? And this dude has been running our country for 4 years, and some of you motherfuckers out there voted for him.
Hold on.
Not you. No. I'm looking at the people.
Hold on. We're trying to get viewers here, pal. We towed the line of rationality.
Strangler Steve says, I think instead of an election, Trump and Biden will measure each other's dicks. Guy with the biggest dick wins the White House.
I like it. I like it. I think
it's something
Joe,
different.
I think Joe has a strong chance of getting the nomination.
You really don't want to talk about old man dick right now. Last night was depressing enough, and the last thing I need to try to process right now is how big Joe Biden's dick is.
Fair.
He's. I'll tell you
but
what.
Anyway, folks.
I'll tell you what. I'll finish on this.
Okay, finish on this.
Everything aside, he seemed to hold up better than Donald did overall, because at the end of it, Donald was just dripping with sweat, and Joe I think is half dead already. So he's sleeping. He just had those translucent eyes, and he was like, "You motherfuckers better vote, or I will haunt you. Will come to your house and haunt you." I feel like if there's a reason to vote for anybody, that's the reason. Vote for Joe Biden, or else he's gonna come to your house and haunt you.
I mean, that's as good as reason as any. I on the other hand did not watch. I watched 2 clips online and said, I get it, and then just kind of was a spectator from afar. of everybody else voicing their opinion. I mean, everybody's got an opinion, folks, and two assholes on the internet right now got an opinion.
We got an opinion.
And so we're gonna dispense with the politics. This isn't a political show.
Mm-mm.
We're not a Sam Harris or a Ben Shapiro. You know, we're just
we
two
tell the
jokesters.
truth. No one should be allowed to run for president once they're 65.
I mean, we take away the license, folks. Like, let's be honest. Like, you know, they do more harm than good. Is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, honestly, I think in a couple of years we should run.
I think we're going to, and we're going to practice here tonight, folks.
Yeah, because listen, fuck all that noise that went down yesterday. There are some topics.
And we got some opinions.
And we've got some opinions. So tonight, we're bringing the great debate to
Brain Wreck debate.
We are two master debaters. Okay, we've got thoughts, we've got opinions, and if there's anything that this internet world needs right now is two hetero cisgender white males in their early 30s giving you their opinions and thoughts on stuff. And that
fantastic. And he's got a master's degree.
And I've got a master's degree. And I mean, I've got all this. So we got So listen, man.
Okay, you're doing great.
We're all in a handbasket now. Okay, so this is how it's going to work, basically.
All right.
I spent upwards of 4 minutes this afternoon pulling topics from the internet.
That's more than Joe Biden or Donald Trump.
We have a list of over 200 topics of conversation.
Jesus Christ.
These things range from everything from pop culture, to pro wrestling, to schools, to parenting, to social issues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what half of them
I'll take what's in my child's hair for 1,000, Alex.
You kid got something in their hair?
I mean, they typically do.
Oh.
But anyway, continue.
So what we're gonna do? I have no idea how this is gonna go.
I'm hearing this for the first time too, folks. So,
so what we're gonna do? Actually, hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna randomize these a little bit better. Because I, yeah. Let's do this. Sort A to Z.
Best show on the internet, folks.
Best show on the internet. Nope, we're already there. Okay, ready? So I've got a random number generator.
Okay.
It's going to generate a number between 1 and 200, and I think 3.
And that's going to be. So are we doing time limit draws, or what are we doing?
We'll try to keep it to like 2 minutes. I can set a timer on my phone. I got it right here.
Let's do that. So we're not we get enough of these in. 2 minutes per topic.
2 minutes.
A minute each, or 2 minutes per topic.
I say we'll try to go. I think we can go 2 minutes each. Go for as long as you need to, up to 2 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I will give you the floor first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so first number is number 131.
131.
Well, that's lame. Should laptops be allowed in classrooms? Go.
Sure.
I swear these get better.
All right, that was a tester, folks. Do it again, and I'll do the real one.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so good luck.
All right, we got.
Please discuss the psychological effects of violent movies on teenagers.
The psychological effects of violent movies on TV?
Teenagers.
Are we talking? Oh, on teenagers. I feel like violent and actually there's studies to show. I don't have any of the facts, folks, and don't fact check any of this. But studies have shown that violent video games have zero effect on the violence of teenagers. In fact, it roots out the aggression that they were supposed to seek
I feel like you're
back in the
question.
olden days.
I feel like you're dodging.
Mr. President,
you're dodging.
please.
You're dodging. You're dodging. How much did George Soros pay you?
Nothing. Nobody pays me. My employer barely pays me. So anyway, they've shown that video games have actually a negative effect on violence because, back in the day, they used to butcher pigs and for fun, and you go and shoot squirrels. And then, like, I'm currently reading a Civil War book. So, like, all that shit's, like, going in my head. And, like, people are like, let war. And I'm like, no, you don't know what's coming. COVID is coming. And, folks, let me tell you something. If you're worried about the violence that is in movies on your teenagers, what about the media? What about Portland? What about all these places that they're burning to the ground? This is real life. The police are coming for you. So let's not worry about the movies. Let's not worry about Jason Voorhees. Let's not worry about the Freddy Cougars of the world. There are real issues. And I say the movie rating system's out of control.
Oh,
end of argument.
Minute and a half. Okay, my turn. All right, listen, here's the deal. It's not the fucking studio's job to educate your children, all right? Be a parent. Teach them right from wrong.
That's easy for you to say. You don't have any kids.
I know, which is great. Teach them right from
wrong. Parenting's
hard. Don't give them...
that's...
This is my time. I'm reclaiming my 20 seconds. Okay.
You don't need it.
So it's not studio. Stop being a lazy parent. Okay. Yeah. Like, kid might see something and not understand it. Well, guess what? Maybe you should have taken 5 minutes to explain to that kid why that's not real or that's not how society actually works. Maybe you should get off your ass and actually take him to church, or maybe not church, but like take him to the park or something and have him run around.
Go get him raped instead.
That was a terrible example. I want to reclaim my time. I'm going back 30 seconds. Okay, so what you got to do is just explain to these kids, man. Just like have a conversation with. Talk to kids. Kids are smart. They're not stupid. They know. Okay, just talk to them. Listen to them. They got thoughts and feelings. They're not just piles of clay. I end my case. America. All right.
I know, folks. You at home decide who won that one.
I feel like that went well. All right. Ooh, number 69. Where are we going with this one? Okay. Oh, this one kind of falls in my category.
Okay.
How has social media transformed advertising?
All right, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So here's the deal with social media advertising. It's bullshit. It's a fucking scam. It's a con. They're just trying to steal your business's money. Don't do it. If you build organic content that is well structured and well thought out, and it connects to people's thoughts and feelings, and actually provides solutions to their problems, and actually like teaches them about you and how you can better their lives. That's the better way to go. Build organic content. Fuck digital advertising. Well, not fuck digital advertising. I'm kind of in that space right now. But the social media is bullshit. It's a corruption, and they're just
career market, please.
They're just trying to. I'm not gonna have a job after this. They're just trying to take your money. Okay, I've been kicked off of Facebook advertising like 5 times because they're like, "Hey, you can't advertise that stuff here." And I'm like, "I'm not. I'm advertising something completely different." And they're like, "Well, we can't tell the difference, so bye bye." And I'm like, "Well, fuck you then." Organic content. It's the way to go.
Are you advertising OnlyFans?
OnlyFans. Hey, you know what? 2021 is gonna be an experimental year, I think.
Everyone's gonna do acid? Just saying.
It's your time.
60s are back. See, every other decade thing. Wait, is that in every other decade? Are we back on the 60s? What decade are we in? Old man just screams, what decade are we in?
So wait, skip the 70s, go to the 80s, 90s, go to the 2000s. Yes, we're in the 60s.
All right,
hey, all right, fucking free love and fucking psychedelic.
What was the fucking question?
How social media has transformed advertising?
Okay. Well, folks, as a small business owner, as somebody who has built a following on social media with the Devil Within comic, please go to devilwithincomic.com. Right now, you can pick up issues number 1, 2, and 3. We have an exclusive t-shirt that nobody bought, and so we've got plenty of them, and they're out there, and things of that nature. However, I've had my own run-in with the social media marketing, and I feel like this is a loaded question because please define social media, because let me tell you something, folks. I owe 85 cents to Reddit for advertising. And am I going to pay it? No, because I put a bogus credit card down when I entered in the payment information. And I get an email about every other month saying, like, hey, please update your payment information so we can charge you the 85 cents, because their advertisement didn't do dick for me. I don't understand Reddit. I don't know how it works. It's very confusing. So I went to Facebook instead, and I did a campaign for $75 worth of advertisement through Facebook. And God damn it, do you know how many clicks to my Kickstarter I got through their advertising?
How many was it?
Zero clicks for $75 through the Facebook advertising. And so I did it. And of course, I said, I may not know what love is, but I am a smart man. It's the reverse Forrest Gump. But I use PayPal. And let me tell you something about PayPal. Most of the subscription services that you use, most of the automated stuff that you put PayPal through, if you do a dispute, it goes to a non-respond email and they can't dispute it. So you get your money back. However, they get mad when you do that enough times. And then they're like, hey, if you do this again, you can't advertise anymore. And I'm like, hey, it doesn't matter because I didn't get any fucking clicks.
It don't fucking work
when
anyways.
I advertise to you. And I got my $75 back. So like what I'm trying to say, folks, is go into fraud. If you go into fraud, you get to save a bunch of money, and it worked out for the president.
Your time is up. Your time is up. Stop. Don't do that. Listen, folks, we're not advocating.
This is a comedy show.
We are not.
This is a comedy show.
This is comedy, okay? This is...
None of that was real.
Okay. The next topic. Should libraries have a list of books that are banned? Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is America. Land of the free, home of the brave. If you can walk out on your street corner and pop a tent up and sleep there and nobody harasses you, who's to tell you what book you can sign out of the library? Who's to tell you what you can read and feel? You know who didn't want you to read a book? The Nazis. I don't know what book. They didn't want you to read it, though. And I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you something else. I'll tell you something else. I don't want anyone telling me what I can and cannot say, what I can and cannot do, except in the middle of a pandemic. You probably shouldn't go out, wear a mask, that sort of thing. But it shouldn't be mandatory. It should be strongly encouraged. That's all I'm trying to say. But nobody should tell me what the hell I'm supposed to read in a library, because libraries are basically obsolete. So if I'm stepping through the door, everybody should give me a goddamn birthday party, because I'm giving them business to stay in business, to get funding from the government to run. I think that's how libraries work. It's not working out for the post office. That's all I'm trying to say. Make America free for reading today.
My turn, I guess. Libraries are just book museums. Books belong in a museum. History and stuff. Go educate yourselves. I can see the rest of my time. Okay. This is going great.
I think I'm winning.
I think you might be. Very, very passionate on that one. Okay.
Yep. You're first. You're going first on this one.
Right, so, okay. Next topic. I can't believe this made its way in. Do you twirl your spaghetti or cup it in?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So, listen. As a pasta lover and a man,
not a fighter.
No, I don't fight the pasta. Pasta and me have a good relationship. We're kind of like this.
It'd probably be a better movie than Marley and Me. Just throwing it out there.
No dogs would die. I would make damn sure of that.
It's already a better movie.
It's already a better movie. So here's the thing: when it comes to pasta and especially spaghetti, I gotta admit, I go both ways on this one.
How progressive.
I know, right? Like, I'm just, listen, man. When you have a good plate of pasta, especially if it's a little bit of spaghetti, depending on how you do it, if you've got the the red sauce, a little bit of Alfredo with some extra Parmesan, sometimes
he doesn't discriminate, folks.
If you want to like throw it in a frying pan, put a little olive oil, some basil, a little bit of sliced garlic, mix it all up. Maybe add a little spinach. Put it on a plate. Just start off with a nice little twirls. Get a nice little heaping ball of pasta. Just pop it right in there. But then, when you get to the end, or in my case, when it's like, 11:30 at night and you get a craving and you're just kind of bent over the kitchen sink with a Tupperware container of spaghetti, you're just fucking shoveling that shit in, just like, and it's like nobody's watching. It's dark. The cats can't, the cats can probably see you. They got like dark vision or some shit, and then your girlfriend walks by and she's like, why are you like this? And I'm like, I just am who I am.
Love me for me.
Exactly. That's the moral of that story.
For me, it completely depends on what receptacle the pasta is being plated in. If I'm in a bowl, if I've got a bowl situation, a bowl full of pasta, maybe there's a couple meatballs in there, got a little piece of garlic toast sitting on the top there. If I'm in a bowl, the casual bowl motion, folks, the natural way that God wants you to eat the spaghetti from the bowl is a nice scooping motion, because he makes the bowl curved. You see, he makes the bowl curve. Now, however,
I go both ways on eating pasta, and you're like, this is the way God intended you eat pasta. Okay, yeah, I see where this is going. I see all that judgment in your face.
Chrissy coming hot in on the chat. I can't count the number of times I've walked in on you eating late night pasta.
Listen, it's just don't
apparently
fight.
It's a problem. However,
this is about to be a
if you're gonna have a plated pasta, get your nice flat plate. Mm-hmm. Maybe there are a couple meatballs. Maybe you got a nice Parmesan, if you will, over on the side, type of thing. To scoop, God damn it, you're an animal. You need to stab, man, twist like a lady, and devour the succulent dish.
Okay, I'm a little too hot for this right now. Brother. Okay. Our next topic. This one hits.
Yeah.
This one I think hits a point.
Oh.
and you're up, by the way, and I think this is very fitting.
Oh. Okay.
Do you agree that A New Hope is better than Empire Strikes Back? Why?
Yes.
Or why not?
100%. 100%. A New Hope is the best Star Wars movie. The original Star Wars is the best Star Wars movie. You will not find a better dialogue in any other Star Wars movie than the original Star Wars. And do you know why that is? Because while it was groundbreaking in its special effects, it was still limited from the technology and the budget at the time. So George motherfucking Lucas, had to rely on his wits and had to rely on the writing and the pacing of the story. It has the best story. It has the best moment. I will put my goddamn kids on the line to tell you the best moment in any Star Wars movie. Fuck that I love you, I know bullshit. Listen, that's like some Joker Harley Quinn shit. It's not a healthy relationship. I'm telling you right now, find somebody better. Move on. Someone that appreciates you. The best moment in any Star Wars movie, period, bar none, is Luke looking at the twin suns with that amazing John Williams score behind it. Everything that is hope, everything that is possibility, everything that is Star Wars is wrapped up into that one moment in cinema history. And that is why A New Hope is the best Star Wars movie. Better than Empire, certainly better than The Last Jedi. Let's not even talk about The Phantom Menace, for fuck's sake. But A New Hope started it all, will end it all, and God bless Mark
Hamill. I would disagree with that, sir, and here is why. the stakes alone in Empire Strikes Back were much greater and much more convincing than A New Hope. A New Hope was just what? It was just a bunch of kids roaming around on a spaceship, with some crazy old wizard. So what? Empire, though, from the beginning, you have action, you have drama, you have climaxes, you have mystery, you have deception, betrayal. Empire Strikes Back has it all. Okay, it was the introduction to that one character that everybody loves. That's really just overrated. It's got the best quips. It's got
Nine-Up?
Boba Fett. It's got, the best moments, the best action of the original trilogy. Listen, I'm not going to disagree that A New Hope had some great moments in it and that it really sort of helped set the tone. I mean, obviously it was the first one, so of course it fucking set the tone. But, like, when I think Star Wars, like, for me and what Star Wars should be, fuck all you Star Wars fans out there. This is what Star Wars should be. Should be more action-packed. Should have more suspense. Give me more of that. Rest my case. Empire. Number 2. Fucking. The way it ended, too. Like, fuck. Despair. That's what I had.
Yeah, I think I won that one.
Maybe that's why I like Empire so much, is because of the despair. Okay. On to the next topic. Let's see. 145. Social media networking is a waste of time. Do you agree with that statement? Why or why not?
Let's pass. We already talked about social media.
We already talked about social media, yeah. 203. Okay. Xbox versus PlayStation. Which system do you prefer? Why?
Ooh.
Which is one you would recommend to a friend? Simple.
Interesting.
PlayStation. Because here's why. If you want an Xbox, just buy a good computer. It's going to have a lot more longevity. They're not going to make you buy a new one every couple of years. You might have to update a couple of parts, but you can just buy a PC, upgrade it every couple of years for like a couple, just like $2-3 or whatever, but you get a multitude of games. This isn't how much $3. This isn't how much computer parts cost.
No, I would argue to keep your computer upgraded. It's the same as upgrading your Xbox, like cost.
Yeah, but like you don't got to do it. Like it's like way cheaper to do it that way.
I mean, possibly. I don't know Dick from Dick,
and plus, but just like as an entertainment system, okay. PlayStation
does
PlayStation. This is my time, sir.
I was going to ask a follow-up question, but go ahead.
This is my time. What was your follow-up question?
Does the recent purchase change your decision at all?
What my computer?
No, with Microsoft or Xbox buying the Fallouts and
that's hey, you know what? They had the scratch. They were able to do it. That's do what they do. I got a PC. I would just buy those games for PC anyways. But PlayStation is a media system. Listen, you got over 20 years now of fucking PlayStation and Sony, and those games are great. Like, and here they're still releasing games that came out fucking 25 years ago as new. People are like, yeah, these are great. What's Xbox got? Gears of War? Yeah, guess what? So does my PC. Big fucking deal. Listen, and also Sony helped Blu-ray win the high definition war. Why? Because people liked their video games and they liked their porn. Sony.
I have a really fun, embarrassing story about porn.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead.
Which I wish there was more context to that than that. It doesn't involve me, but I was there for it.
Those are the best ones. Oh, okay. We'll go later.
But anyway, I think this is what do they call it? A bipartisan issue. I think we're all in agreement on this one. I really don't have much to add. You kind of hit the nail on the head. I'm a PlayStation guy. No, a guy that works for PlayStation will always support PlayStation. I mean, unless he goes to Xbox, or Nintendo, then that, because the Switch isn't even in the conversation. Like Nintendo's not even in the conversation. What's up with that? What's up with that?
You want to know what? Nintendo doesn't have to compete.
That's fair.
In the last 20 years, Nintendo hasn't had to compete. They've just gone and done their own thing, and you know what? It might not be as profitable, but it works.
Let me ask you this, because I've got a debate that we can have right now.
Okay.
And it's on this topic of video games. It's one that I've been mulling over in my mind. What do you think? I'll let you answer, and then I'll answer in debate, and then you can rebuttal what I say.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
What do you think is the most influential video game of all time? Because I know the right answer.
It hasn't come out in the last 20 years, has it?
Christy, how long has it been 20 years?
It hasn't come out since the year 2000, has it?
I think it was pre-2000.
Pre-2000?
I can almost guarantee. Yeah.
The most influential game
of all time.
I feel like you can't answer this question. I feel like it's solely based on preference.
No. There is one. Changed the face of video games forever. There's not been a game that has gone backwards since this happened.
What game? Hit me with it.
Christy says Pong. While Pong may have been revolutionized the home game system, the most influential game, Mario 64.
So it was well past 20 years ago.
Mario 64 did I freeze?
No.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello? Wait, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Mario 64 introduced the open world concept to video games. Without Mario 64 and changing it from a side scroller to a 3D world that you can explore, changed the face of video games forever. The whole video game revolution is owed to Nintendo. So all you fucks out there that want to poo-poo Nintendo, they changed the game, man.
I mean, you're saying that Mario 64 was the first open world game?
I'm saying Mario 64 is the most influential video game of all time. Change the industry.
I would strongly disagree with that.
Okay. Rebuttal? You got an answer?
I mean, I don't think that that's a question you can answer sufficiently, because video games are solely based on preference. If you don't give a shit about open world video games, you don't care about that sort of platform of game. I mean, there have been advancements in sports games that have sort of influenced massive changes for that industry that really don't cross over with open world or RPG type stuff. There have been massive changes to RPG games that don't cross over into other, categories and whatnot. So I don't think it's necessarily like, I don't know. I feel like Mario 64 may have made some neat advancements, but like, I don't think that's it, homie.
I don't know. You let us know at home what you think as far as I go, and we'll move on to the next topic.
All right. So the next topic, and you're up for this one.
It's me. Okay.
Yeah. Is euthanasia justified?
Well, yeah, they're a country, and I know like they don't get a lot of food, and they're starving there. But I think like we need to justify. Where'd he go? What happened?
All right. Next
All
topic.
people are justified.
We're not talking about that. Okay, here's one that you might be able to sink your teeth around. Are humans to blame for certain animal extinctions?
Ooh. I guess that's what Darwin was saying. Survival of the fittest kind of thing. I mean, unless you're like one of those people that want to get, the rhino horns for the dick pills or whatever the fuck. But I feel that I think it's a unanimous decision. Of course, humans are responsible for certain animal extinctions. We hunted those motherfuckers. Like that's what we did. Now, whether it was ethical or not, that's a different debate altogether. But if the question is, are we responsible? I think that's just fact. That's not really a debatable topic. End scene.
I would agree. Next topic.
You're up.
Ooh, okay. What is the best era of pro wrestling?
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. I am going to say what would be what did they consider? Hang on, let me get the I'm gonna go by WWF the WWF standards, but that'll kind of count for like across the entire let's see, so the 7 eras. So the golden era of pro wrestling. So that would have been 82 to 93.
82 to 93.
82 to 93.
Okay.
You cannot touch
go ahead.
it. And here is why. That is what professional wrestling was, is, and should have always been. Throughout that time, you had a legitimate mix of performers, of talent, of artists in that ring. You had the tie-ins to pop culture and celebrity, the tie-ins to movies, the tie-ins to TV shows. People talk about wrestling as it is today, where like, oh, guys are more athletic because they're doing more, wrestling. It's more wrestling. Where back then it was all just like hokey pokey and like fucking mishmash type stuff. No. You had a great blend. You were just ignoring it. You go back to the way guys were wrestling in the territories and down in the South. That is still the blueprint for most guys trying to learn the craft today. You look at the promos. That is still the blueprint for what most people are trying to do today. The characters were over the top. The performers were legitimate titans. Okay. Like I remember seeing guys who like wrestled in the 80s, like more recently, like in person, being like, they're fucking huge. Mm-hmm. Like, and not from like a steroid sort of way. Like, they're just big, beefy motherfuckers. And I'd say they had a stricter, harder schedule than anybody. It was the time period that people fell in love with the business. And I think it's the time period when people look back, they still enjoy it. I think people have this fond memory of the Attitude Era, but at the end of the day, the Attitude Era was overrated. Like, the Attitude Era wasn't much different from the way it is now. It was just a little bit more scandalous and controversial. Now they're PC and rated G for fucking kids and stuff. So, golden era was the best. Will always be the best. Case dismissed.
So before I can answer, I need a little specifics if you've got your eras still up there.
Okay.
When does it say officially the Attitude Era begins?
I could tell you right now that'll probably be like 97, 98. Yeah, that was 97 because the New Generation. I mean, it was basically when Austin won the title. This technically when the Attitude Era started. The Attitude Era was only 5 years.
Right. So I would say the best era, I'm just gonna say that the year gap because that's the only way I know how to explain it.
Okay.
The best era in wrestling was from 95 to 97.
But why?
And here's why, folks. You had some of the greatest aspects of professional wrestling, period, starting in that era. That was the highest point of ECW was during the 95-96 era.
It's like the only point ECW.
Yeah. You've got the start of the NWO in 96. You've got the rise of Austin through that time. You've got the beginning of The Rock. You've got Bret Hart at the top of his goddamn game before Goldberg kicks his fucking skull in. You've got just some of the best wrestling and dare I say, the most believable wrestling out there. I mean, sure, you're always going to have the Duke the Dumpsters and the Godwins and that sort of thing. You can't always get what you want, folks. But when it was main event time, when I'm putting in an email address I just created for a free month of the network, I am always going to go to an In Your House, to something along the lines of that era, because I know I'm going to get Bret Hart in 2 matches on the show, one versus in the opening contest versus Hayabushi, and then like later on in the night he's facing Vader or some shit. Right. Like he's pulling double duty because like he's Bret fucking Hart, and it's the goddamn greatest match you'll ever see. You'll actually believe what you're watching. I want something to believe in. I can't believe in the 80s shit. It's too hokey.
No, man, because like here's the thing about the 80s, like to me what made me fall in love with wrestling was how over the top it was. Like I didn't recognize it at the time, but as I got older, I'm like that's still my shit. That's still my jam. Like I can pop on, a Randy Savage promo and just be like, this is phenomenal. I can barely understand half the stuff he's talking about, but it's great because it's just so wild. Like I think people...
I agree. The promos are better. I will concede to that. But the in-ring work cannot be fucked with.
You think the ring work was trash?
I mean, if we're talking WWF in the 80s, yeah.
I would say, but it goes back to that sort of like that thing of, I think people aren't finding the right stuff because you still had Steamboat, you still had the Hearts, you had the Rockers, you had,
go to my era.
You had the
better.
Bulldog. Well, I mean, it's. I mean, is it though? Like, I mean, I've seen some.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Okay.
You watch that goddamn Final Four match from In Your House with Austin, Vader, Taker, and Hart, and you're like, Vader legit gets his eye busted open. It's phenomenal, and just like everybody's like throwing potatoes. It's great.
Yeah, but I mean, like you had Vader back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Like,
also,
I like when they were fucking with them.
Also early 90s WCW.
Okay.
It was a little weird. Okay.
It was very weird.
But I mean, you had Austin when he was healthy and
had hair
and had hair and was working. You had a young blue chipper Dustin Rhodes. You fucking had the natural. You had, you still had Steamboat. You had the reinvented Rick Rude. You had Stang. Man, come on, man. There was a lot of good shit that I think people overlook from that golden era, and I because I think they're focusing too much on Hulkamania and ripping the shirts, and like they're like, oh yeah, that's just all it was, like him and Warrior and fucking Andre. Like that's it. Like there is a lot of great stuff. Go back and watch it. Okay, next topic. We've gone too long on that.
I think we got time for two more.
When
More.
the fuck did it? When the hell did it get so late? All right, let's see. This is a perfect question for us. Okay, so
who's up? I up or you up?
You were up. Okay, kicking it off.
Okay.
Which is better, Harry Potter or Twilight?
Ooh. Well, as somebody who only knows of either item or genre or movie or whatever the fuck through memes, it's the only thing I know about either of them. Me personally, I would think I would be more of a fan of the Twilight saga.
Really?
I tried watching the first Harry Potter movie, the one with the stone philosophers or sorcerers or depending on if you're in England or if they changed the fucking name,
Harry
which
Potter
pissed me off.
And the kidney stone.
And the kidney stone. And half the movie, they're standing in front of a fucking mirror. I'm like, what's happening? I don't understand. I don't like any of these kids. One's living in a closet. I don't get it. There's an owl. There's magic. There's a hat that tells you what to do. I'm pro-America. I don't know about you. But so...
with anything.
I'm saying that with... I was a fan of the Underworld series. You know, the Lycan and the vampires and shit with the hot spandex and the shooting and stuff. It was awesome. And this was kind of like, the teen version of that. From what I gather, I never actually watched it. And I just think that would appeal to me more. I am a sci-fi fan. I love aspects of horror and classicness and Werewolf in London and shit. It scarred me as a child. And I like vampires and stuff. So I'm gonna go and how can you say no to love? What love is there in Harry Potter? Who loves who in Harry Potter? You can't argue the power of love. Huey goddamn Lewis and the news wins the day every time. End of argument.
So Twilight is what you're going with?
Yes.
I have never seen a single film through either franchise. I read about half of the first Harry Potter book when I was in like 3rd grade, and I was like, I'm bored. I know that there's 8 Harry Potter movies because I just looked it up, and I know that there's 4 Twilight movies because I just looked that up. So I guess if we're going through the amount of time it's going to take to go through them all, I would go Twilight too because it's got Batman. So yeah. End of argument. End of argument.
All right, that's another bipartisan decision.
So okay, let's see.
All right, the last topic. Make it a good one.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Last topic of the night. Cocaine. That's it.
We bought it. Oh, okay. You're up first, pal.
Okay. So, don't do drugs. Stay in school. Be responsible. Make sure you got a friend. End of argument.
Cool, man. As a parent, I am a firm believer that all drugs should be legal. And I feel that they should be regulated. And I feel that they should be something that is controlled. Because you have these drugs out on the street. You don't know what you're going to get. Maybe you've got your guy. Maybe you got your hookup. But, man, who's his hookup? Can you trust him?
You don't know
who's their hookup?
Yeah.
Where are they getting their supplies? Are they getting the Target brand? Or are they getting the Walmart brand?
Sometimes
it makes
the
a
same
difference.
brand.
It's life or death some of these times. What kind of bleach you getting in your meth? So I'm saying make all drugs legal. Regulate them. Make sure they're the pure shit. Make sure that it's quality stuff so that you don't have ex-wrestlers dying in the McDonald's bathroom anymore.
True.
You get these people who, maybe you do like in that documentary Half Baked. You go whenever they buy their drugs, you get a little sticky note that says like much like when you buy a goddamn lottery card or you buy a goddamn bottle of booze and they have do you have a gambling problem? Do you have an alcohol problem? Here's the number to call. Kind of thing. Like, hey, do you snort too much coke? Hey, come call this number. We'll get you some help, kind of thing. Do you just need a bump to get you on the car ride home in the middle of a blizzard because you're driving 4 hours? Hey, good for you. So I'm just saying, not that I've been there, but I'm just saying it's safer if it's regulated and then you're eliminating organized crime. And then that's the real I'm going to end on this note, folks. This is patriotic as fuck, so get ready. That's the real wall. If we want to build a wall, let's build a wall against the drug dealers by cutting off their supplies, by making all drugs legal, and then regulating, tax them. To put the tax money to work, put it towards education, put it towards the kids. Drugs for kids, folks.
No, but we'll
funding. Drug funding for kids. I can't. I'm not the marketing guy. You're the marketing guy. Figure out the slogan.
We'll take the tax money. We'll take the tax money from here. We'll put it over here. It'll all be great. It'll all work out. 2021.
And folks, to you. I can almost guarantee we'll take in more taxes than Donald Trump paid.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Please, legalize your drugs.
We'll take in so much tax that we'll lower your tax.
What if? Here's a concept. Here's my platform. When in 4 years, are we able to run in 4 years? I think we're able to run in 4 years, right?
Yeah.
I think we can run in 4 years.
We'll both be 35.
Here's my platform.
Yeah.
Here's our platform. This is the official Brainwreck platform. I'm just saying it and not running it by you first.
Okay.
So I hope you're on board with it. Legalize all drugs. Then you take the tax money, universal basic income.
It's a good foundation.
That's more than anyone gave you the other night. That's more than you saw on any of those other fucking debates. That's more of a plan than anybody else has right now.
And if you've got a plan, you can throw it at us all across social media, all across the web at Brainwreck Show, on your favorite social media platform, on your favorite streaming device, service, provider, whatever. On your favorite email, we're across it all at Brainwreck Show. That's where we're at. Don't we got a show we got to do tomorrow, right?
Yes, and tomorrow night.
Rule
number 4.
Rule
number 4.
Am I the asshole?
I'll be joined by the wife again. She'll be adding in her 8 cents.
Her 8 cents.
To the comments, and we will find out. We're gonna get to the bottom of who the biggest asshole is.
Compiling some great assholes for us.
We're
gonna look deep within them all.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna determine the root cause of the issues that they're having, and we're gonna judge them, and we're gonna figure out who's the biggest asshole tomorrow night. So be sure.
That's right.
And subscribe to this channel.
We're gonna see if King Asshole can be toppled. It's gonna be hard to do. We're living in a monarchy. I love America.
Have some more cut up for coming up soon. So, but anywho, I think we're done
for this week. I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham,
and this has been your show.
Peace.